at the moment in the Living Story, there was a map added called the Silverwastes. Now, the Silverwastes is a really good way of making yourself some gold, and this is because of the way that it works currently in this map. You've got, I'm just going to talk you through the map because it's the easiest way of doing it. You've got base here, base here, base here, and a base here. Now, what happens is you've got supplies that will run into these bases, running from base to base to base, going round and doing different things. I don't know if one runs up that way, but possibly. You have big like bosses that will appear on these, outside these walls. Eventually you get round to the Vine-Wrath Tangle. Now the point of the event is to get enough supplies to work your way through the map to get to these areas. Once these areas are done, you give yourself you give yourself a chance of fighting this, which is like the old school Marionette. I love the Marionette, it's a really good thing. You have to defend lanes to go in. When you go in, you fight a champion, you get a big chest, and then it opens up the Tangled Labyrinth. The Tangled Labyrinth is a like a run through map, which means you can open up another chest and get yourself some more materials. So the best way of doing this event, I'm sorry that I'm doing it on the map. I haven't got a lot of recorded footage of this because I rarely do it on a PC that can record. This is because I like to do it when I'm watching TV because it's quite an easy event to do. What you do is you start off in this one if you can. You get this one. Wait for commanders. Commanders will normally appear in all of these. They will be coloured up for you. Purple, blue, yellow, and red. You get to these events. Now, the best and most efficient way is to capture this point here, then defend it. Then Doliak will come in from this route. Escort the Doliak if you can. Normally you can catch it around this point in here. This is where it gets most of its thing. If you're not defending, quickly run out and defend the Doliak, which you'll get the supply. As you can see, it's just flipped. And there's the Dolly running in now. What happened is when you have this and these points here, another 2 dollies will spawn. One will go this route and one will go this route. Now, if you're still defending here, defend the dolly up to this point. If you're defending here, come down and meet the dolly at this point. There'll be an event here, a medium one there, and a medium one there. The same with the one that goes to yellow. Now, escort the dolly to about this point here, and these guys will escort it from this point here. The reason for that is the dolly gives you 3 possible events. If you participate in one of them, you'll get the achievement for it going to this. So you get the proc, which gives you more materials. So really, you can get 1, 2, one here as well. This one, and this one. That's 3 dollies proccing just from this tower. The same with these ones. Escort them round to a certain point till about the halfway mark. Right? Once you've escorted them to the halfway mark, that means you'll get it, and these guys will take over and they'll get it as well. It gives you the maximum amount of loot, and it ensures that your supplies get there. Once the supplies are there, it upgrades, and you've got more of a chance of defending it. Proxy event faster. You'll drop down into the tunnels, do another couple of champion bosses, kill the Vine-Wrath, and your bags will be loaded with loot. And when I say loaded, I mean you get a bag of gear that normally drops 5 to 6 like green items, and there's a whole technique for putting those into the Mystic Forge for making yourself maximum gold. But even if you just salvage them or sell them off, you are making, sorry about that, even if you salvage them or put them in the Mystic Forge, you're making yourself a decent amount of gold. So the other thing as well is these things keep pinging up. So you kept seeing there like pings like that. Those pings are people that have found bandit chests. If you can open those up with bandit keys, you give yourself a champion bag, which is just, again, free loot. You can do that on the run. This place here, there is a purple Doliac that runs up this route as well. I don't think I mentioned that. But really what you want to do is you want to escort the dollies to there, but you want to escort it in such a way that you stay near your tower that you're defending, but you can escort them out. So if you're here, this is your area that you will be defending, probably up to about this point. If you're in this guy, this is the area you are defending. This is your point to get to. This one stretches down to about here, and this one goes round to about here. So you can see it's split into about quarters, you know, sort of overlapping little bits. And you can see that, you know, that's how you really want to play this map. But that is the most efficient way of you getting materials. When you've done that, you head down to the hidden depths. I'm just going to waypoint there now. You can't see, but if we follow down here, you head down into this point. Shouldn't be open at the moment, but when the Vine Wrath is dead, you get to come to here. Now I have one key, which opens me a Greater Nightmare chest. As you can see, there is a route here, and you really want to get into the middle. Now you can run straight in and straight to the middle. It's a bit of a risk because there's big, like, luminescent guys running around here, and they kill you instantly. You can daze them with special abilities. There's a whole run technique to get in there, but that's, again, gives you a lot of loot at the end. It happens when this is on cooldown, so you can do that to make sure you keep maximum efficiency up. The longer you stay on this map as well, the higher your magic find gets. So, and you're working towards your luminescent stuff, which is part of the collection, which gives you more stuff, which is here. You go to the collections, I think it's a rare collection, bioluminescent, which gives you a piece of ascended armor and transmutation, and that's what you'll be working towards, and you get the title Light in the Darkness. So that is another good way of making yourself constant amount of gold. Again, it's not a short way of doing it, it's a long sort of drawn out PvE grind, but it's a good way of making yourself some gold.